We're currently sitting in the cheapest BMW 340i in America. My BMW 340i. Why was it the cheapest? Well, it was someone else's nightmare. The transmission, broken. The accident, quite messy. It was a challenge most would walk away from, especially when the car was sitting for over 2 years. A car that's worth nearly $30,000 in the market. And I managed to pick it up for a fraction of that. To be specific, $8,000. And after hours of sleepless nights and 3 transmissions later, well, we figured out the issue. And then we got the best in the business, Lucas, to paint this car and absolutely transform it from this to this. Overall, we went over the hill of endless repairs, sleepless nights, and hard decisions. Now, it is time to have fun, to modify, to make it truly ours. Because sometimes the best stories come from taking a nightmare and turning it, well, into a dream. Let's face it, y'all, we earned it. We went through so much pain getting this thing to how it sits today. Let's modify it. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of boxes coming. There's a lot of boxes. I don't think everything fits here. This is insane. I've never done anything like this, and I'm so excited. Like, y'all, the amount of boxes we're installing is absolutely insane. I feel like Christmas came early. But you're probably like, Danny, wait, what's in the box?
What's in the box?
Well, without giving away too much, let's just say we're gonna be installing more carbon fiber I've ever even dreamed of. More paper? Oh my gosh. And I do have to remind you guys, all this I picked up from vehiclevirals.com. Honestly, the only website you should be using when you're buying parts for your BMW. Literally everything from the interior pieces you've seen me install, to all this carbon fiber, to the lights, everything you need is from Vehicle Virals. Massive thank you to them. This literally would not have been possible without them, like 100%. So I'm so thankful, and check them out because they're the best. Look at how beautiful that wall looks, man. I can't get over it. Carefully, we're gonna start with these 2 things, but I didn't mention you guys something. In this video, we're not only transforming the car, but we also have to drive it a couple hours away to Miami to get it inspected and road legal. Because right now, this car's as illegal as it gets.
FBI, open up!
And after we do that, we're taking Cristobal, my beautiful wife, out on a date. Ooh, a real carbon fiber rear diffuser. Ah. Now here's the thing, if you guys don't know anything about this car, it came with a fake hydro-dipped, faded carbon fiber diffuser, and that's just not gonna cut it.
What is that? What the f is that?
I love the M Sport rear end, and that carbon fiber diffuser is gonna look amazing, but there's something missing up here. It's too empty. This is so sick, look at that. I believe this is like an M4 style rear spoiler, and if you guys remember the E92 I used to have, that one that was single turboed, it had a wing just like this, so kind of tribute to that car that I absolutely loved. Now, through the making of this video, my good old trusty camera that changed everything for me broke. You can hear it working, but the screen, it's completely broken. Now, thankfully, I was able to borrow that camera that I'm using right now while a new one gets here tomorrow. But the thing is, this is the new camera's battery, and this is my old camera's battery. It dies within 10 minutes, and I only have one. So there's a lot of charging and waiting going on. Now, thankfully, the downtime of waiting for the camera to charge hasn't been that bad. And that is thanks to today's sponsor, Jackpot World. Now, before you roll your eyes, hear me out, this is not gambling. It's a super fun app that has over 300 slot games that'll give you that base experience without spending a dime or flying out to Vegas in that plane. The games are bright, exciting, and honestly, a great little escape when you need a break. My personal favorite right now has to be the new Mario's Fantasy World. What's really cool is that Mario himself is actually the game ambassador for Jackpot World. It's got 10 trillion coin jackpots, a 24x multiplier, and a non-stop features. It's pretty much like a party on your screen. The game works is really easy. You spin the slot reels, aiming to match symbols along pay lines for rewards. Some spins unlock mini games, jackpots, or even special bonus rounds, depending on your luck or bet amount. Let's go! Oh my gosh! This is the biggest one I've ever had so far. 2.3, 2.4, 2.6, 2.7, 2.8 million points. What? Every time I'm waiting for my gear to charge, or honestly anything else at this point, I grab my phone and get a few spins in. It's not about chasing wins, it's about unwinding and having a good time. Plus, the animations, they're next level. It's honestly way more entertaining than staring at a blinking charger. If this sounds like your kind of fun, download Jackpot World right now with the link in the description or at the pinned comment section. Use my code Mario777. You're gonna get $100 worth of coins to start things off. And for all new players signing up, you're gonna get 6 million welcome coins. And we're already getting started with the carbon fiber. Man, the rear end of this car is going to look so absolutely perfect. And to be quite honest, my goal is really to make this the most OEM plus clean, awesome looking BMW I've ever owned. Because let's face it, the fate of this car before I picked it up was pretty much to end up being parted out or in a dumpster somewhere in the US. So the fact that it's back on the road and we have all the amazing resources like vehicle virals, why not make this an awesome looking BMW? Step one is taking off the current fake diffuser, and it's just a bunch of little bolts at the bottom. The stock diffuser is being held on by two 8mm bolts on each side and then two Torx bolts at the very middle. And then, well, it just comes right out. Well, old diffuser is out. Look just how insanely weird this rear end looks now. What do you think? Okay, you didn't have to say all that. I know it's bad, but like, yeah. In case you've never seen the difference between a hydro-dipped rear diffuser and a real carbon fiber rear diffuser, look how you can tell on here the weave is the actual material instead of kind of looks like a sticker on here, and the weave just doesn't look right. Very interesting to see. Let me know if it's worth it spending the extra couple $100 to buy a real one, or you're just gonna buy the fake one and whenever it fades out, just change it out. My opinion, it's neat. Okay. You can't be doing that. You cannot be doing that.
Come on now, dog.
Well, I guess my opinion doesn't even matter, but you guys did notice the rear reflector was missing on the car. So we went ahead and got it. It clicks right in, very easy. But I noticed the old reflector is also bad. So we also decided to change that out just so they both have the same shade of red. I think it goes like that. Now, to throw on the diffuser was a lot more difficult. It uses the same exact mounting points, but the issue was it wasn't long enough to reach all the mounting points, and I think I know why. I believe the carbon fiber diffuser worked. Now, not a whole lot to the point where the diffuser doesn't fit, but enough to make this install extremely difficult, and enough to the point where we had to drill a hole so it can be properly bolted on to the passenger side of the car. But all that was totally worth it because this looks absolutely incredible. Look at the rear end of this car. There's honestly no other material that looks better than carbon fiber. I remember when I first learned about it, when I first got into cars, and I didn't even know what the purpose of it was. All I knew was that it looked awesome. And man, does it look awesome on this BMW as well. But let's continue with the carbon fiber spray. It's gonna go right just like that. And the awesome thing about these wings, it just sits perfect. There's no way you can mess this up whatsoever. Leave a little bit on this side and leave a little bit on this side as well. And the top just sits flat on the trunk. And the fitment down here is perfect. Wow. How are we gonna put it on? With some 3M. Since we are 3Ming it on, the most important thing is that you get a squeaky clean surface. So use some alcohol. Nah, don't drink it. Just use it for the car. Come on now, you can stop yourself for. And we also want to clean the surface of this. Now, when it comes to using 3M on a wing, you want to put, well, pretty much as much as you can, because we don't want this to fly off on the highway and cause old Betty to lose control of her car. So load them up with 3M tape. And if for some reason you're wondering why we're using 3M and not maybe using a bolt or a nut, well, that wouldn't look very good. You want a clean look with these type of wings. Here we go. And to put it on, I definitely should have used a better technique rather than putting on and taking off. My advice is mark things properly. I didn't do it, but it turned out just fine. We did it. Let's go. Oh my goodness. Gap on this side, gap on this side. Man, that looks pretty darn good. extremely good, to be honest, but unfortunately the microphone never turned on. But look how balanced the rear of the car looks now. Previously all the attention was at the bottom, and now with this slight aggressive wing, we're also attracting attention to the top side of the car. Let me know what's the first ever carbon fiber part you guys installed and on what car. Also, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. But let's face it, it wouldn't be a Danny Z video if I don't do something unique, different, and that I personally love, and that's controversial. Inside this box is a pair of taillights I genuinely didn't even know existed. But as soon as I saw them and then I saw the color of this car, it's a must. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. These are newer G30 style taillights, and something you definitely don't see every day on these cars. But if you're now seeing the vision of how awesome this off-white is gonna look with the silver on the car, yeah, that's exactly why I did it. But before we put these lights on, we have to take the OEM ones off. Also, I'm gonna be linking all these parts in the description. Here we go. Never done this before, but if this is anything like my old BMW, I think we take these out and then there's little bolts right here. It was all like that. Ooh, look at that. Oh, what? It's missing a bolt. These were taken. Look at that. It's missing a bolt. Was this ever modified? Now that's what I'm wondering, but it's fine. Let's take it off and then put another nut back on. To remove the tail light was pretty simple. Those two 10mm nuts, and then with some force, pull the tail light towards you. And after it comes out, disconnect the plug, and well, the tail light's out. And for a really good side-by-side comparison, check this out. Look at that. Honestly, oh my gosh. Now to take out the other side of the tail light, you have to take out the trunk liner. After that, unplug it, and then you have to unbolt the 10mm plastic bracket that's holding it onto the trunk. And now that the old light is fully out, now we're gonna put in the new one. But I saw all of this. This is supposed to be a fun install. But then I read this and we are okay. Because this is a 2017, aka an LCI model, we don't really have to use a harness. The only thing we need to do is use this little brown harness, and this connects the big tail light to the little tail light, just like that. Whew, but here we go. Time to do everything in reverse order and see if my theory of this being perfect for the silver of the car is true, or it's going to look absolutely horrendous. And to hide the little wire that connects both tail lights, we're going to be squeezing it through this little hole, pause, and then guide the wire through the inside of the trunk liner up this little plastic piece which connects directly to the tail light. And look at that, you can't even see the wire. So if you're planning on doing this, this is probably the best way. But let's go, let's finish up the tail lights. Oh my gosh. Yes. Words can't describe just how good these taillights look with the carbon fiber wing, with the carbon fiber diffuser, and the beautiful silver on this car. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit skeptical before getting these lights, because I mean, look how different they look. But compared to these lights, I mean, you can just tell these are meant for this car. And that's not even the best part. Check out the sequence that it does when you unlock the car or start it. Oh, that's so awesome. But now that we successfully finished the rear of the car, it's time to go to the side of the car, if that makes any sense. I'm about to tell you guys that's actually going to help you in life. Here's a rule of thumb. You can't have a diffuser or a front lip without some side skirts. Carbon fiber side skirts. here's something fun. Let's play one truth, one lie. One, this thing absolutely towers over me, even though I'm 6'5". And then, this is my first time ever owning a carbon fiber side skirt. Yeah, I've never owned a carbon fiber side skirt, so this is so sick. And as you guys saw, we did have to pick up some 3M to go along with the little bolts that were also gonna be used when we're putting it on. But before we even get to anything, we have to jack up the car because it is way too low. Also, regarding the wheels, there's somewhat of a back order, so very frustrating there, but let's continue because we got so many cool things to install still. Oh, this car is so low, in fact, that we have to jack up one side, put ramps under, and then jack it up to the front. Another thing this car desperately needs is suspension. Not only suspension though, coilovers. Because even though the rear has perfect fitment, it rubs, and the front, well, it is extremely low like I just mentioned. And having coilovers is gonna help us get that ride height just perfect because now it's sitting on springs, and well, it's not the greatest. First things we have to do is make sure the bottom of the side skirt is clean. And how do we do that? Well, we use alcohol. As you know, on this channel, we use a lot of alcohol. Pause. All right. So, yeah, just make sure it's clean. Well, it is that time once again where we put up the flags. And today's a very special day because we're putting up, one of the flags we're putting up is the Cuban flag, where I'm from. But if you still don't know why we do this, every single episode we put up 5 flags from country you guys are from that you comment on. And yeah, it's been super fun. I've been loving it. You guys have been loving it, so let's go. This is how the beautiful wall is looking right now, and we're about to add 5 more. 5 here and Cuba there. And 3, 2, 1. Boom, just like that. That's how the wall's sitting right now. Absolutely beautiful, man. Now, even though I've seen some people use panel bond on side skirts instead of 3M, in this case, I prefer 3M, mainly because the side skirts are not heavy at all. They're very light, and along with the 3M, we're also going to be using bolts. So there definitely shouldn't be a need for panel bond. And the side skirt fitment was absolutely amazing. It has a little hook that pretty much guides you on how the side skirt goes. The 3M is gonna allow us to keep it on the car, so then we can bolt it up. And those are 2 forms of support. We should be plenty. And as you're seeing, my favorite part about these side skirts is they are very subtle and OEM plus. No crazy extension or anything, just perfect. And that is how you install a side skirt. That looks so freaking good. Oh my goodness, it's not a lot, it's just perfect. I can indeed admit every car may need side skirts. So now that side is done, it looks amazing, especially comparing it to this side. Let's obviously get the other side done. Whew, that looks so much better. Man, this car's really coming together in such a beautiful way. The fact that it looked like this just a couple months ago, it's insane to think about, really. Now it's time to jump to the front of the car. And if you thought the rear had an insane transformation, the front might just have it beat. Yeah. And I forgot to turn on the microphone again, but we got some carbon fiber grills that my buddy F80 Carlos sent to us, and look how amazing they look. But first things we have to do is remove the grill. And I normally see people completely removing the bumper to do so, but even though I'll probably break them, I'm not gonna remove the bumper to do the grills. Yeah, I broke them. And now we can try to take the second one out by only partially breaking it, because we're not gonna be reusing these, so it doesn't really matter. Man, dude, these look good though. Can't wait to see him on the car. We have an issue. Oh my gosh, it doesn't fit. After doing some research, these are for an F80 or F82 BMW, aka M3 and M4. And the awkward part is, we gotta put back the ones that I broke. We have to move on from that. And how about we move on in the best way possible? Things are only getting better from here. If you have a carbon fiber diffuser, you need a carbon fiber front splitter. Yes, you do.
Oh, you crazy.
This was the hardest package I've ever had to unbox. Unboxing this carbon fiber front splitter was like unwrapping a mummy. Endless amounts of wrapping paper and tape. But I'm actually happy about that because thankfully it wasn't broken like the carbon fiber diffuser for the A92. Look at this carbon fiber front splitter. Now I'm scared the front lip won't fit, but it should. And it should sit just like that. Wow. That is epic. That is so epic. But before throwing it on, we have to prep the surface with, you guessed it, some alcohol. When choosing this front splitter, it was a little bit difficult just because there are so many choices out there, but I feel like this is the cleanest, nicer looking one. I absolutely love it. And yes, to throw it on, we're also going to be using 3M tape. Why? Because that's pretty much the best option. You don't want to do Panabond on your front bumper paint. The mounting points are pretty much in front of the bumper where everybody can see. So you don't really want to use Panabond because if something happens one day, you're gonna have to repaint your whole front bumper. With using 3M tape in the front mounting surfaces, as well as the couple bolts at the bottom, and when the under tray gets here, everything should be all buttoned up and nice and firm. That looks so good. Now, I did put the 3M on, but we're obviously not done. I'm gonna drill up some bolts at the bottom, make it secure, but you don't wanna make it too secure because if it breaks, it's gonna take the bumper with it. So we wanna leave it secure, but if it wants to leave us, then it can leave us and we'll keep the expensive front bumper. Okay, so we got really good news and bad news. Good news is the holes from the front lip line up with the holes from the bumper that go bolted up to the undershroud. So that's good. The bad news is there's not a whole lot of bolting up right here or in the other side. We're pretty much just gonna bolt up the middle and we'll pray that it never falls off. Look how incredible that looks. Oh my gosh. Wow. And we're not done just yet. I left the best for last. Yes, even though this car's already coming together, especially with this front lip, which looks like an OEM Plus option BMW made available from factory, we still have a massive piece left. Come on, we gotta talk, sit down. Thank you. Look at what's up. It is time. Ooh. No, stop. No, we can't. It's not time yet. It is time. No. It's too soon. I don't think they can handle this. No. It's too much. We've done too much in this video. Dude, we've just done too much. I mean, look at the rear end, look at the side skirts. Nobody's doing this much in one video, like especially a one-man team. It's too much. We can't give it all to them. We have to give them what we've been leaving for the very end. This is a bad idea. At least, honestly, a bad idea. I'm the boss. It's time. Don't complain later. All right, whatever you say. Let's go. It is time to finish the front end of this car. It simply doesn't matter how good or how clean a car looks. If the headlights aren't 100% or looking nice and decent, the car never really looks as good as it should if it had clean headlights. In this case, proves the point just right. It may look amazing with all the things we've done, but these headlights are cloudy, there's water in them, and this one, well, it doesn't even work. It's kind of heavy for some reason. Yo, that's crazy. These are literally G80 style laser headlights. What? You heard that right. G80 style headlights on a 2017 340i. This car just turned into a showstopper. Into the car she tells you not to worry about. And the best part of all, it should be easy plug and play. insane how different these lights look. But before we start buttoning anything up, let's make sure it works. Oh, I think I see something. I think I see something. Oh, yes. There's no way these lights are on this car right now. I'd like to present to you my G80 340i. What an absolutely amazing transformation. Now that we know everything works, let's finish it up. Here we go. But there's something really important I remembered. This car kept having an airbag light. And well, I think that the issue is the airbag sensor was triggered. So while we're in here, let's change out the sensor, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna get rid of the airbag light. Connect it up. I really hope that this headlight works. The other one didn't because I believe there was corrosion that got inside of the headlight. The plug from the car also had a little bit of corrosion, so I'm like hoping that it works. Here we go. If this doesn't work, then we cannot take the car to get inspected, and therefore my plans will be ruined. Oh. Oh, that's bad. Oh, man. The headlight doesn't work. Now, as I mentioned, the plug from the car still had a little bit of residue, but even after cleaning it out, it still didn't work. Everything was going way too smooth. So we proceeded to check the fuses that are in the trunk of the car. All the fuses seem fine. Alright, second fuse box, here we go. Well, that's what a blown fuse looks like. I think that's the issue, a blown fuse. I didn't know this was gonna be the issue. Please, I am praying this works. It's a 15. I'm so nervous. Okay. Please, Lord, work. Oh my gosh. Yes, we can go. Oh my gosh, we can get the car inspected tomorrow. And if you're wondering why we're going to Miami for inspection, well, there's two choices. Make an appointment and wait 2 to 3 weeks in the Tampa area, or pull up to Miami whenever, get the car inspected, approved, and good to go. And the first place we went to is the gas station. The first time this car has been to a gas station in over 2 years. And since these tires are old and rotted, we stuck in the right lane going 69 miles per hour. My favorite number.
What do you mean by that?
Where overall the drive was beautiful, especially because we're in a car I never even knew I was gonna be able to drive, and that you guys absolutely love, well, including me. All right, we're pulling up. Oh my, that's a lot of cars. There's no way that's here. Am I supposed to be back here? Thank you, Lord, we made it. That was a long drive, 2.5 hours. And hopefully by the end of today, that's gonna say rebuilt. So we pulled up the car to the inspection booth, and I'm happy to say we passed inspection. Just came to get the actual rebuilt title. It's gonna be shipped to the house. Here's the receipt and everything. Now my license plate that's illegally up there works. And of course, we got the almighty rebuilt sticker. Let's go home and finally take Cristobal on a date. Oh, this is a big moment, y'all. Let's go! Woo! It's hard for me to believe this is the car that we purchased, not even knowing if we were gonna be able to fix it. And here it is, fully registered, looking absolutely gorgeous. Obviously, we're waiting for the wheels to come for the front. But wow, please, somebody pinch me. This is so absolutely gorgeous. But before we get started with date night, we have to ask the wife, what does she think of all this? Because she saw the car at its worst point. Okay. Sheesh, okay.
Oh, look at those moves.
Now, what everybody's been waiting for. We did the lights, we did the all carbon fiber, we did side skirts, we did the rear lights, we did the rear carbon fiber. What's your favorite part and what do you think about it all?
I love this front. This front is so aggressive. I love the front. I'm usually like, oh, I like the rear end. I like this front. I like the carbon fiber touch. Look at the front lip. Wow. It's like so aggressive. If I saw you behind me driving in it, I would have to like scooch over and like, you can go. And in regards to date night, it was a success. It was beautiful outside. We walked around, talked, had an amazing time, and spontaneously watched the movie. It doesn't really matter what you do. As long as you're with someone that you love, time's always gonna be precious, and yeah, that's truly all that matters. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. It was a very special one, and what an incredible ending. Yeah! Wait till we actually make it fast. Fast?